Okay, so I was um, channeling like so much wild business about this world, and it was just getting to be too much in like sentences that I couldn't keep up with it, basically. Um, oh gosh, it's dark. So, trigger warning, it's dark. Uh, I have 3 pages prior to what I'm going to share now or continue on that I'm going to go over later, but I'm just going to pick up where I left off. So, I, okay, I'll just say, so, no, I'm not actually going to. But I had a vision of a bunch of children, um, a vision of a bunch of children of all ages, seriously, of all ages, like tender age um, to like tweens and like up to 16 years old. And then they uh they were like the younger ones were screaming and crying, and the older ones, like I'd say 10 to 16-year-olds, most of them were just like standing there terrified and done all up like way beyond their years. Um, I need to turn my chair. Anyways, then this older man, like 64 range to 68, um, dark, short hair, like an African American. Um, he was doing this, like looking at the kids, all lined up, terrified, looking at the kids, and what did I write? What was it? Um, yeah, he was rubbing his hands together and licking his lips, and he's like, yeah, I like that one. And then it was like the second from the last, who looked like she was probably 12. And then, oh man. And then I had a vision of a celebrity, um, like immediately following that one. Prior to that, it was like all kinds of stuff. Um, I can go over it now. It'll probably all branch off, but I'm gonna work backwards. Um, it's disturbing, so mega trigger warnings. Um, anyways, first I'll tell you where the black, like African American man was looking into a room, or he walked into a room, and as soon as he walked into the room, he saw all the children lined up that were obviously terrified. They weren't supposed to be there. Um, they uh, they were like ages from like tender age, like 2 to 16, and they were all done up like way beyond their years. It's so disturbing, this image. Um, and then the African American guy is 60s, like 64 to 68, short, dark hair, like well dressed, prestige. Um, he came in, he was definitely the head honcho of this like operation, and he was like licking his lips and he's like rubbing his hands together and he's like, that one. And then immediately following that, there was a celebrity that had a vision of a celebrity. Um, he, oh, he was, ugh, on his computer in his bedroom, which was like kind of messy. Like, it doesn't seem like you would envision a celebrity having their bedroom. Um, like, just not well kept, like slobby, actually. And just stuff everywhere. And he was doing unmentionables to these children shows that are horrific. Um, these two things aren't linked, but it all ties under the same hub of disturbing things that are going on in the world. Um, and then, oh gosh, oh, um, so this person's mother multiple times has like went to check if like he needed food or something, and like nearly walked in on seeing all of that. But the mother's actually not so good either herself. It's just for different reasons. Um, same same hub, but different agenda because under the same, okay, so it all stems from the same place, but each person has like their own pivotal role in this. Some are like influencers, some influencers and like subscribers, if you will. And then it's more like the women's roles are the luring, the persuading, the butterfly. Ooh, if you, oh, okay, someone with a that wears a lot of white. Um, anyways, I'm gonna read this stuff off that I've gotten from just sitting out here. Um, yeah, no, I'm not gonna work. Yeah, I will work backwards. So before seeing the person selecting the child that he wanted. Um, it was the name Rutherford or a street or a town, I'm not sure, but Rutherford. And then, okay, no, I can't work backwards. All right. So Jeremy, the name Jeremy, Lord of the Rings producer, Lost Cave, the desert in Egypt, the tombs, something about the tombs, and they're preserved, but for there's a lot of backstory for that. Some place after the big swerve. Um, the publication director knows about stuff that they shouldn't know about and are on board with the things that they know about. Um, some nerve Trump, someone saying this or said this. This could be past, present, future. Ugh. Um, uh, Trump companion, um, his son, his lost wife, Summer. Sorry, that's how I just write it down. But his wife lost his son last summer in June, something, I'm not sure. Toronto Dominion, all in capitals. And then Sterling Silver, the UK. Something about a slumber party, 4th of July. uh, some weird guy, and then like some guy, someone with like an attitude was like, oh, some guy. I don't know. Plato's Closet, Nor Finch, like Nor Finch, Quest, uh, West End, in quotations, Hammer, so maybe like a nickname or something. Bell Tower, and then like Bell Towers, plural, a lot of them or all of them. Um, Cams in the shower from the Lion Hotel in Vegas, Key West Hotel in the U.S., Toronto, and it was like New York City. Best Western, Dark Web for Child Hub, so like when families go, and other uh, like an auction, and then all of their information, they know where these families live. Um, and then they get to have like a precursor of what these people other look like, uh, because of the cameras that are hidden in the showers, so in the bathrooms. Like I said, trigger warning, this is not for the weak hearts. Something about liars, like big liars, like I heard it being screamed. um, and then Lars and Whitney, that's like together. um, Houston, Shadow Cipher. And then under Whitney, the fourth Cummings. So it wasn't like it wasn't Whitney Cummings. I picked up on her a lot, but it's not Whitney Cummings. Something about the fourth Cummings with this Lars and Whitney. Um, Aware and Lost. Crossed wires, dead. Someone died or is going to pass away. Um, it's absurd. Boundaries, null in all caps. A narc addict, and then in brackets or in quotations, it's going to be okay someday, right? And then Becky said this, and in brackets, her mother, sorry. So her mother, Becky's mother said, or no, to her mom. Yeah, to her mom. Becky said to her mom, "It's going to be okay someday, right?" Question mark. Bridal party day with sad tears, a cheater and thieves. Peach rings is our were her things, and cheese. Her parrot was her favorite. Fruit Loops was her favorite cereal as a kid. Um, Gone with the Wind. She's just gone with the wind. She liked to wear Jimmy Choos or wanted to wear or own a pair of Jimmy Choos, or I don't know how to say it. Um, and then like Jimmy Chin, I don't know. Um, and then Elka Seltzer, Elka Seltzer, cotton, oh, confirmation. So something here for that. Someone that uses that a lot. Cotton underwear, town affair, uh, Krispy Kreme, someone that like constantly is eating Krispy Kremes or they really like them. Not really, not really a good diet, but looks like they eat so healthy, but they're just, blessed kind of thing. Blessed with a good metabolism. I don't know. Um, One sec. Um, Mr. Chick-fil-A, the name Mary. Cows, if they mean something. So cows are something to you, or you've just eaten a big steak in the last couple of days, something here's for you. Um, the name, oh, sorry, and then someone in quotations called someone a married Sal. Um, yikes. Uh, the name Robert, the name Riker, or sports team. I'm picking up on like a little kid's softball team, Riker or Rikers. And then the Rickman murder. That's actually a real murder that is done and dealt with, and the person went to jail for it. Um, 12 o'clock Point Road. I believe there's another crime that happened there or around it. I picked up on 12 o'clock Point Road a lot. Um, that's not the same area, but within like 10, 15 kilometers or miles, no, kilometers. Um, Bended road and broken mailbox is like a symbol for something where there's something bad of another crime, murder related. 1992 region, or the person was born in 1992. Yeah, the person was born in 1992. Ooh. Um, Now I'm getting the 88 and 84 and 72, 1972. Okay, these are all people that were related in some fashion to that murder, or maybe the family, maybe siblings, a cousin and siblings. Um, Near the or at the docks. Okay, so at the docks. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Oh, confirmation. So 12 o'clock Point Road area at the docks, there was something that happened. Uh, that's awful. 2006 is coming to mind. Um, Always wearing knee-high socks. The name Matt. Pollocks. So I know Pollocks is a last name. Pollocks. I don't know if that means something separately for someone or something entirely. And then always wearing knee-high socks like Jen. Um, okay, so then I Venom came to my mind with snakes, but then I couldn't write Venom. Like it just kept stopping me. So I will write the word I don't even know that it's a word. I like just came on here after this stuff. With VENOMON. VENOMON. Those could actually be three or so other initials, like three other people's initials now that I'm seeing. But venom, like something's poisonous, toxic, a pilot, then the last name Doc Stater, but then I kept writing Doc, like DOC, something about a doctor that deems people that have passed away. I forget what they're called. Oh, a mortician. No, a coroner. That's what keeps coming to my head when I was trying to write Doc Stater. And then a chef, a creator, someone that's obsessed with Darth Vader, all like Star Wars business. I see like they've got paraphernalia for days. Um, uh, and like a mask even. Like they're really serious about it. Um, and then someone was like by the equator. I don't know. That's separate, and then now this is separate. Someone with a really like valley girl accent, spoiled diva kind of child. As if, and then Berkeley uh, University, corruption with the church, and Vin. So Vin has come up so much. So there's something with a car, like someone done something bad with the car. They've MacGyvered something. They've switched the VIN. I'll get to that eventually too. But something with the VIN and like multiple VINs, like Range Rovers, Mercedes Benz, um, Lamborghinis, like all these cars are coming up hot. Now Germany again. So the other day I seen something that was about Germany and their expensive cars, and I was like, well, yeah, let's talk about all the money that's there. But anyway, we're not going to know. Vin, so deadly sins. Someone's drinking on the job, and that ties back to Berkeley. Someone that yells a lot, smokes darts. So like that's how it came to me, but smokes cigarettes. But like it's referred to as smoking darts in the way that it was told to me. And pot, and then in like there's like slash Shiva. I don't know. Election day, something with the past election day. How the F we getting paid now while you out getting laid? That was in quotation. Uh, Criminal investigation. Really late. It was really, really late. And like that's all in caps. Stories changing, changed hands, changed chains. Okay, chained hands. That's related to this whole business here with someone from Berkeley who yells a lot and drinks on the job, whatever job that is. They maybe like a cafe or they work somewhere within Berkeley. I don't know. I'm seeing someone that's more high rank that drinks a lot, but then I'm seeing someone that works in just like a cafe or some like university job, but they don't actually need it. They're just doing it to keep getting their trust fund kind of deal. And they smoke darts, cigarettes, pot, Shiva, something Shiva. Um, and then forged signatures, copies of ID, a grade school friend added again. This one's heavy. This is where it gets heavier. This was the last page before I got to the, the child shows by a celebrity. And actually, the African American man that was selecting the child, it was rubbing his hands together and licking his lips. considered like a mild celebrity, I guess, within the ministry world. I'll leave it there. Um, electrolytes. Oh, my throat is being blocked. So I'm getting into stuff that nobody wants me to talk about. But what kind of human would I be if I just let people uh, do things to children? You know, that's messed up. I couldn't live with myself. So, anyways, electrolytes, Powerade, escapade, secrets. Okay, so with electrolytes and Powerade, and something about an escapade. So, okay, so electrolyte drinks like Powerade, they were contaminated. Like they were poisoned, they were roofied, they had fentanyl, like all the bad things in all. Like it was like a surprise bag, a surprise Powerade bottle, and a lot of women and men, but primarily women, were like given these, and it was comical for these individuals and these people, and so it was at an escapade. Like I'm talking a lot, like thousands of people. Um, I'm seeing like in the end, it was just like people passed out, like everywhere, just like bodies just like passed out. Some even deceased and then discarded later. Yeah, yeah. And that ties in actually to something that I was channeling earlier. Um, yeah, no, that wasn't it. Um, um, hold on. Well, you're right, I remember it. It was that like so many things can be covered because it's like they like all the bodies at this escapade that got um, drugged after they were thinking they were just getting hydrated and replenishing their electrolytes. Um, then they like the cover-ups go deep because like I'm talking the security that are there and like this runs for everything like every every event everything really. um there okay so the security guards, there's someone that works in within the security guards or someone that works within the ambulance, someone that's multiple people that work within the police force, like doctors, lawyers, all these things, right? And we know that the CIA can be in all of that. And theoretically, if there was like an undercover in every institution, organization looking out for the better good of everybody, that would be wonderful, I think. And I think everybody would agree if everybody was, with a clear conscience. However, this has run so deep and not everyone knows what they're doing. Uh, I would say if you join the CA, you know a little something, but like anything, right? Nobody, not every like the people going to get the coffee, they don't know that they're going to get coffee so that they're not in the room to see X, Y, and Z happen, right? And then they get the coffee and they think, great. Or they pick up the coffee, being just like this middleman, just this gopher. Meanwhile, the coffee was strategically meant to be poisoned and then kill somebody. And then when the people in the law office, like in the boardroom, and then somebody croaks and goes down, and then they do an autopsy. Who got the coffee? Well, it was freaking Matt, the intern. Well, Matt didn't have any part of it, and he didn't have a damn clue. But guess who's going down for it? You bet your booty, Matt is. So that kind of thing. And that's actually a story that has happened. That has happened. There, that's happened. That just came, and it has happened. Okay, I'm not any kind of racist or any kind of anything like evil and bad like that, but it just came to me the Jewish lawyers like section in Manhattan. there's that. With to do with um, stocks, stock markets, and all that, which I'm not surprised. Um, it was a while ago, like a while ago before social media got massive. But it was their like they just use these little guys like they do now, but it was way easier then because it was less traceable and people were less vocal, you know, um, a lot more. Uh, yeah. Anyways, okay. So what about there? Um, okay. So yeah, that happened with the electrolytes. That's okay, or it's going to happen. I think it's happened. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully this can stop that. But um, it could still happen because it's like the end of August, and then I know there's a bunch of things going on OS and BC. Speaking of BC, that leads to some people around here. But anyways, okay. Um, so escapades, secrets, generations, digression, generations, digression. Um, big projection, confirmation. Big projection, 2050 election, um, West Minnesota, and manifesto. I don't know, victory. The name Victor and Tefri and Veronica. Law bugged up. It was the real word, but I'm not saying. Hard, like they ev'd up hard. A copycat. Um, hi, buddy. Um, and then a setup by some old perv. Um, Nile, but like the name Nile. Um, on someone's last nerve. That was spoiler, but with someone's car, like someone's spoiler on their car is loud, and that's some kind of sign. I don't know. Um, like boys in the hood. I don't know. Um, okay, I'm seeing like an older car and the spoiler's loud, and the boys are like in the hood and they're little pawns. They just get paid like crumbs of droogs, and they basically just do whatever for these crumbs of droogs, and they don't drive a very good car, and it's black and it's an old like Cutlass, like a Cutlass Supreme, and they think they're like something. Bless their hearts, but the pawns in a very evil game. Um, so global alert, um, excerpt, excerpt. I can't say it now. Excerpt. Um, don't think you'll be exempt though, Mr. Kemp. North Augusta, the Braves, not so brave now. Um, End of the dirty show. I'm seeing like a strip club. Um, the name Brian uh, to unsend. I don't know. Green Lambo, fake Vin. So there again, Lambo and Vin. Um, all bodyguard friend. All bodyguard friend. Upstate New York by Westgate. Oh, so much West. Okay, so here's some numbers. I don't know what this is, but it's like a stray of numbers. So 58 78 34 28 8. West, West, West. And then Texas, and then ministry, mega churches, Creflo, anything for booty and a dollar. Happy hour, y'all. Drinks on me. 22 to 23. And they did that. Joel Osteen, Maryland, um, The Place, um, or actually, it could be the name of the person that does the bank, as I have on here, the church bank person. Um, and then South Africa, Argentina, UCB Canada. Yikes. I really I did have to say that, but whatever it is, it is. Child-related crimes from Brooklyn to Interstate 99, Ohio, and then Penn State again. I'm constantly, look at my throat. I'm constantly getting stuff about Penn State. I still have not looked it up. I don't even have a clue. A flower shop and other, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, in New Jersey. And then that's when Rutherford and Tower came up. I think it was like Rutherford Tower or Rutherford and Tower. And then after that, that's when I had the vision um, of a partial celebrity named, oh, ho, 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 ho. I almost did that. And I'm not going to because there's a lot of children. I'm not going to name either of those two celebrities because even though I have named celebrities or like mild celebrities on here, who are involved in some things that I see that aren't so great at all, like at all. Um, that particular scene that I described, I cannot say whether I have mentioned that name already or not. Um, anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that and cleanse my space because I've been outside for a few hours and I've been getting nothing but downloads. So that's all for me. Choose love. Oh my gosh, choose love. Choose love. Choose love. Choose love. Because like you don't have time not to. Um, if you're already choosing love, bless you. Yeah, do a good deed today. Don't do one bad thing you were doing yesterday for the love of God, for the love of yourself. Don't. Just don't. Because I feel the energies of the four that are here. So anyway, bye. Have a good day.